it went on for the next few years. Then I moved to Ireland. In Ireland, I used to live for 1 month with a very religious Christian girl. Then I thought, oh, maybe I will go back to the God because I saw her so religious, and I knew it really meant something for her. I thought I would come back to my religion and took to Christianity. I was considering that, but only for a little moment. I also got very interested in Irish language. Irish language isn't widely spoken in Dublin. I was going to the Irish-speaking areas. They are called Gaeltacht. I was going there. They're usually rural villages, not even towns, just villages. There are lots of these standing stones, lots of these pagan sites. I don't really know how to recognize a Christian site from a pagan site. I usually just assume that when I see some monument and I don't know what it is, I assume that it is pagan. But this way I realized that Ireland is a pagan country. I was also reading history book about Celts. I read this book, Irish History for Dummies, but I also read a book about Celts in the ancient Roman times. So I knew Ireland from my travels. I used to spend lots of money on traveling around Ireland on my own. Sometimes for the sake of the language, and sometimes just I wanted to travel. And I saw what Ireland is like. Even since my childhood, I was very interested in Halloween. I used to like ghosts. I was familiar with the American way of Halloween. It was mostly during my childhood. When in Ireland, I wanted to spend Halloween with pagans. I wasn't considering becoming a pagan, but I wanted to spend Halloween with pagans. I was looking on the internet. I didn't find anything interesting. I didn't find any Halloween events. I found out that there is a religion called Wicca. But this was it. Halloween was over. And I wasn't looking for anything like that anymore until the next year. I met on Aran Islands. I met a pagan Celtic priest. I think he is more Christian than pagan, but he also uses pagan tradition. So I visited him for Halloween. I couldn't stay with him, but I took a few days off just for the sake of Halloween, just to spend Halloween on Aran Islands. So I spent some time alone, without the priest and without his guests, just staying somewhere else. I was cycling. I borrowed a small bicycle. I was cycling around the island. On cemeteries, Christian cemeteries. On cemeteries, I was meditating or praying or thinking that I would like to get interested in paganism. During that time, I was considering becoming a pagan, although I didn't know what it means. I didn't know what it means, but I made a commitment that I want to learn something about that. Halloween is on the beginning of November, and for nearly the next 2 months I wasn't doing much about that. But then at the second half of December I got really interested. I was on YouTube. I was looking for information about Wicca and about Druidism. I was more interested in Druidism because Druidism is Irish. But when I was entering queries about Druids on YouTube, I was getting this YouTubes about role-playing games and about World of Warcraft. So it was difficult to find something of Druids as a religion and not as modern games. So I started entering Wicca. I was reading about Wicca on Wikipedia. By the way, the name Wikipedia is not related to the name Wicca. And I found this Blue Fire Witch. Blue Fire Witch is an excellent pagan, a very educated person, a very helpful person. She was answering all my emails. I didn't write many of them, but she's really helpful. She would answer all questions. She made videos about the 13 principles of Wicca. She explained every principle in details. And I met this YouTuber SF Jane. I talk about SF Jane on another video. SF Jane went to all religions, Christian, Abrahamic, Eastern religions, pagan religions. She eventually became an atheist, but anyhow, I think it was over 2 hours. I was watching movie series of SF Jane for over 2 hours. During that time, I spent the whole night at work until around 5 in the morning. I was at work. I stayed in the office the whole night, watching YouTube videos about Wicca. What made me thinking that I might become a pagan? I am not a Wiccan. I am interested in Wicca, but I have very little knowledge now. I am not a member of a coven, so I don't consider myself a Wicca. Although I am very interested in this religion. So what made me think I might become a pagan was the video by Blue Fire Witch, because what I wasn't sure of is that the pagans believe in the goddess, and I got rid of belief in the god. I didn't believe in the god. I didn't believe that there is a person looking at us. But a particular video by Blue Fire Witch said that currently, modern pagans do not necessarily believe that there is a person watching us. So when the pagans may say the goddess, they don't mean a woman that is watching us, that is a person. The goddess is a symbol, metaphor, a symbol. So, alright. This way I learned that being a pagan doesn't mean that I have to